Okay, this video is on Area 2 of the Camp Grayling Expansion proposal. This proposal has been divided into 6 areas. Each area has a different intended possible use by the National Guard. I am trying to help people become more aware of what the potential impact might be in their area and just how far these areas spread. So, the Camp Grayling proposal is requesting to expand Camp Grayling by adding an additional 162,000 acres. This would add an additional 250 square miles. This would bring their total footprint up to 480 square miles. These 162,000 acres would be leased from the Michigan DNR. So these are our public state lands that we currently have access to. These leases tend to become permanent. There has never been one terminated in the history of their cooperation. So, Area 2 contains about 45 square miles. This is about 31,000 acres. What I did for these is I drilled in on the DNR's interactive map that they have available, and I removed different layers and labels for trails and things so that I could try to see the road names, names of any creeks or rivers or any waterways that were there, and I just tried to compile a list for each area. Now, if I missed anything, sorry. I know it's not comprehensive, but the map is kind of hard to read. Anyone who lives or recreates in these areas, I'm sure, will be more familiar with what would be impacted if this were approved. So, based on what I could see on the map, the eastern boundary is in Crawford County at North Pratt Road. The western boundary is in Kalkaska County at Lake Valley Road Northeast. The northern boundary is in Otsego County. It looks like it's about 1/3 of a mile south of White Cloud Trail. And the southern boundary is in Kalkaska County, and it looks to be about 1/3 of a mile south of Trout Trail Southeast. Now, in this section, there were some waterways that weren't labeled, so I know I'm missing some here. Ponds, lakes, what looked like maybe wetlands, didn't have names on them, and I don't know what they're called. So there are some in addition to the ones I'm going to list. So in this area, I noted there was Black Creek, Goose Creek, the Manistee River, Portage Creek, and the boundary of Area 2 comes within, looks like about 1/2 mile of Bear Lake and Middle Black Lake. There are also hiking and biking trails in this area. They aren't labeled with names, so just know they're on there. The only description the National Guard has given for usage of this area would be maneuver and biovacking operations. That's pretty generic. So biovacking is, based on what I've looked up, supposed to be kind of like the military version of camping. So they would come out in groups and put up camps and do their maneuvers and move on. I don't really know. I would ask more questions if you're interested in this area on specifically what that means and what the lasting impact could be, or even the impact on the habits and routines of the nature in your area. If they're going to be in different parts of this 31,000 acres all the time and not use the same spaces, then your wildlife is likely to not have patterns anymore. If you have any questions, I would not hesitate to ask them. Tom Barnes with the DNR has been answering fairly quickly if he knows the answers. I would, if I were you, if you want to get involved and look at what else you can do to help spread the word or help try to stop the approval of this proposal, you can join the Camp Grayling Expansion Facebook group. There is a petition on change.org, and there is also a website called 230isenough.com that has a pretty comprehensive list of articles and information on this proposal if you are trying to make up your mind on whether or not you think it would be positive for your region. Just please share these videos with anyone in your area, anyone who likes to come up for recreation in your area, just anybody who isn't aware already. The goal is to get information out there, help people understand the impacts or potential impacts to their areas, and just spread the word. So thank you. Have a great day.